All right, go for it.
Okay. All right. So, hi, I'm Bryn, for those of you who don't know me. I am talking today. We're having a vast array of fabulous topics today on our team call, but they all are intermingled. Everything that we're going to talk about today is basically helping you finish the year strong. And I don't know if everybody got a chance to do a little obsessed today, but I loved what Autumn said about, we get to pick our mindset. We get to pick our perspective. That doesn't mean things are going to be easy, but we get to choose how we're going to look at stuff. And I was talking to my husband today, and he just had a job change this month, and we're struggling to make ends meet financially, or there's the potential that we will. And so he asked me, and I was like, do you realize how hard November and December are already? But yeah, I know, right? Let's go for it. And then Autumn said that today, and I was like, okay, yes, she's so right. I can choose to go for this with a huge mindset, and I get to choose how I'm going to look at this. And so we decided I'd double my numbers for Power Hour. Instead of making 20 connections, I'm going to make 40. Instead of inviting 10 people, I'm going to invite 20, right? Because hello, ready, set, go, right? And just because it's November and December and people want to wait till January to start, that doesn't mean we can't find the people who are ready to start. We just have to look harder, right? So that's what this call is for, helping you have little tips and tricks to help you finish the year strong. So I'm going to be talking about goal setting, and super quick, 2 things that I wanted to mainly focus on. The first is, which I like to call Feed the Beast. For those of you who have ever heard of Grant Cardone, he is one of my very favorite authors, and he wrote a book called Be Obsessed or Be Average, in which he talks about how he feeds the beast every single day. And what that basically means is he writes down his goals every single day, twice a day, every morning as soon as he wakes up, and every night right before he goes to bed, because it's the first thing he thinks about when he wakes up. It's the last thing he thinks about when he goes to bed. And he writes down whatever his dreams and goals are. It doesn't have to make sense. He doesn't have to know how he's going to attain them. It doesn't have to be like, oh yes, I can accomplish this because I know that I can do this and this and this and this and this to get there. It's just whatever the freak you want, write it down every night and every morning. And I would love to say that I write it down every night and every morning. I am not perfect, but I do it every morning as a part of my miracle morning. And I actually just finished my first notepad today. So it just is this yellow little legal pad crap, right? And it's full now because I finished it today. And I do this every single morning. And it says whatever I want, right? So I'll read you a couple of mine today, right? I am in a Shaun T workout video. Carl, Jeff, and Shaun T know my name. I have helped 5 coaches earn 6 figures in their business. We have 5 to 6 kids who all know and love God and Christ. I helped 15 people in November. Chalene Johnson knows who I am. I'm a best-selling author of multiple books, a successful podcast. Blake and I own 40 plus apartments. We are millionaires. Holy crap. This is my real life right now, right? I wish, but this is what I want for myself in the future. And again, I don't have to know how I'm going to get there. I don't have to know right now. I don't have a podcast at all. I haven't even started writing a book, but that doesn't mean that I can't dream big, right? And so I write these things every single day, every single morning, Monday through Friday at least. So I want to encourage you guys, and you don't have to dream the same way I do. I hope you don't, because then you're not being your own person. But every aspect. Do you want to read this book? Yeah. Can we read it in a sec? Yeah. Okay. Every single aspect of your life that's important to you, write it down. And this, I think, was 40 cents at Home Depot for a little legal pad, right? So, and you don't have to do that on one of those, but I just like them because it's super easy to travel with me. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about today is affirmations. And I know that's not necessarily goal setting, but Miracle Morning. If you've never listened to it, you got to do it. But he talked about how to make your affirmations. The very first step in making your affirmations is decide what extraordinary results you're committed to. So if you're committed, again, if you're committed to ending the year hitting Success Club, or I like to think helping people this for the rest of the year, then decide that, right? Decide how many people you're going to help each month. Decide the extraordinary result you're committed to. Decide, are you going to be Emerald by the time the year ends? Are you going to be Ruby by the time the year ends? Are you going to be Diamond by the time the year ends? Are you going to be 5-star by the time the year ends? Decide what extraordinary result you're committed to. That's step 1. Step 2 is decide the necessary actions you need to take to get to that extraordinary result, right? Step 3 is make affirmations according to those extraordinary results you're committed to and the necessary actions. So if you're committed to helping 3 people every month, your affirmations need to be something like, I sit down and do my power hour every single day, Monday through Saturday, no questions asked. I reach out to 30 people every day because I'm trying to change the world. They don't have to be exactly that, right? But whatever you're committed to doing, you need to make affirmations, positive affirmations that will help you get to that extraordinary result that you're committed to, and then repeating them every single day as part of your Miracle Morning. Miracle Morning does not mean you have to wake up at 5 a.m. It doesn't mean you have to wake up at 4:45 a.m. Sometimes I wake up at 8 and I still get my Miracle Morning in. I just make sure and do my lifesavers, silence or meditation, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. This is my scribing, writing down my goals every single day, right? That is your Miracle Morning, and it doesn't have to be at 5 a.m. It can be at 3 o'clock p.m. Just do your crap, right? And do your shiz. Okay, I'm done. That's all I wanted to say. So I don't know who's going next, but that's all I had.
Anybody?
Go, sis.
Okay, so I'm gonna be really quick too. When we were talking about what we wanted to cover about ending the year strong, there was something that really resonated with me, and that was to keep showing up through the end of the year, to be, and by showing up, I mean all of the things that Bryn said, and then I mean we all need to keep doing our workouts. We need to keep doing the vital behaviors, and we need to show up on social media. So there are a couple reasons why this is so important. First of all, I finally gotten, so this is just a tiny side note. Like, I have been a struggling coach for a long time. I want all of you to understand that I go in and out of feeling confident and being consistent and all of those things. And I have to tell you that my life is better, and I am a person closer to the person I want to be when I am consistent with my workout programs and my nutrition, and I'm showing up for other people and attempting to help them, right, and inspire them and motivate them. And here's why. When I get myself into a situation where I am not doing those things, I feel like crap, like legitimately. I got my nutrition back on track at the beginning of this month because I have a challenge going with my coaches, and I feel like a completely different person. And my motivation to post is more clear and there, and I have more to share. I have ideas for things to post because I'm actually doing it. So I know, as much as any of you guys knows, that sometimes it's hard to show up on your own journey, but you have to. We all have to. And to not let the holiday season, I'm sorry, I'm probably like showing you super cleavage, sorry, but to not let the holiday season like get you down. Sure, take a free day on Thanksgiving Day. Enjoy your meal, like enjoy your family time, but don't make Thanksgiving Day turn into Thanksgiving month, and don't let Christmas Day turn into Christmas month, where you just completely let yourself go. Because January, people are going to trust and want to look for opportunities to improve from people who continue to show up even when they didn't want to, even when it's hard. Okay. And I just know from from personal experience that when you quit showing up for yourself, not only does it affect your business, but it will affect you. And in the long term, this business is for us to help other people through helping ourselves. And so just continue to show up, find the passion, and I think that was my big thing. Like, find your why and hold on tight, because I know that this time of year is more challenging. There are parties every weekend. You've got things going on all the time. Everybody's going out to eat a lot. There are like lots more roadblocks, it feels like, during November and December. Stay on your journey. Show up, because you need it just as much as I need it, just as much as everybody around you needs that positive influence and motivation. So that's my little spiel. And I am like hyped up over a little obsessed. I just did it right before this, and I'm like,
It's
I'm
so good.
stoked. It was shit. Like, I'm shaking.
Well, my Energize is still kicked in, so I'm shaking too.
Yeah, I'm like, la, 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 la. Okay, go ahead, Ash.
So I'm going to piggyback off of Sue's really fast on one of the things she was talking about. It's a lot easier to stay committed to your program if you have a buddy. My girl Tiff and I are, it's not like she's my success partner. Like, this can be anybody. She and I decided we really want to do 80-day obsession. It comes out January. We're planning on starting it January 15th, I think is what we decided. So then we worked the calendar backwards and figured out, okay, we have 10 weeks. What program do we want to do? Well, and it just worked out. We had the exact same 3 programs we wanted to do. We both wanted to do a round of 21-day fix. We both wanted to do a round of Quarter Force, and we both wanted to do a round of Shift Shop. So we wrote down on a calendar, hey, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. We're going to do Shift Shop first. Today's day 8. She and I message each other all day long because we're doing the same workouts. We're following the same container plans because we're doing the exact same programs. So we can relate to each other, and freaking crap, these carbs are kicking my butt because we cut the carbs in half today, or I'm struggling to find yellows that are approved. The Shift Shop has a really limited whatever. And we have a plan that we're both super amped about that is keeping both of us totally on track. So go and look at a calendar. Mark it out. What program are you doing? What day are you on? How are you going to stick to it? Don't just say, I'm going to be a product of the product. Go make a freaking plan and write it on your calendar where it's on your fridge, where you're going to see it every single time you walk into the fridge or into the kitchen. We're both planning on doing a legit perfect round of Shift Shop, not a single day off. And then we're doing 21-day fix next. We're taking Thanksgiving off, and that is the only day during 21-day fix that we are not nailing the containers. And Quarter Force, we're taking a couple days off. Her birthday's in December, so she's going to take off her birthday. And we're both taking off Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Other than that, we are nailing Quarter Force. So make a plan. Give yourself some room. Don't take off the whole freaking month. Take off a couple days, but make a plan, okay? It's so much easier if you have a plan. That's not what I was going to talk about. I just wanted to piggyback on there because it's working for me. My nutrition has been a little off, and not since I started doing this. So seriously, can't recommend it enough. Okay, my thing that I'm talking about is adding value. What, Suze? Oh, okay.
Thank you. That was perfect. Thanks.
You bet. Okay. Adding value is what I am talking about. I don't know how many of you, I have hair all over me, sorry. I don't know how many of you have been here before November, December in coaching. They are a little bit rough. It is totally possible to hit Success Club. So don't you dare sit and say, well, it's a rough month, so it's okay if I don't hit Success Club. My best month I'd ever hit in my business was November of last year until last month. Last month was higher, but prior to that, last November was the best month I'd ever had in my business. So it is totally possible to crush these next 2 months. You have to do a couple things though. So number one, and everything everybody's talked about, you have got to have goals. You have to have something you're aiming for. You've got to do your affirmations. Freaking crap. Those, I don't understand how they work, but they really work. They really do. You've got to show up on your freaking journey, and you have got to be adding value. So I'm going to be talking about adding value. So these are a couple of the things that I do that people reach out to me that tell me it was part of why they picked me. It was part of what made them start watching me was because I offered these things. And so these are some of the things I do. Okay. Number one, I have a food album that is public on my Facebook page of, I think there's close to 100 meal ideas in there for the containers that are visible to everyone. These are not things that I only send to my challengers. These are not things that I only let my people see. And I see from different people tagging and stuff that people will go tag. I've had coaches go tag their challengers in my food album so they have some food ideas. Great, more power to them. I don't care. I'm putting this out there for everybody. Okay, Casey, please don't yell, baby. Mom is making a video. Okay, thanks, honey. So you want to do a couple things with these food albums. Number one, make them public. I know that we talk about when you're posting your food, you want to be vague and say, you know, this counts as a veggie, a protein, and a healthy fat. With this food album, you do not want to do that. You want to be very specific. This counts as a green, a red, a yellow, a blue. So that when your challengers go through this album, they know exactly how to count it, because you're like killing lots of birds with one stone by doing this. This gives you a place to tell your challengers to go if they're struggling with recipes. Okay, Daddy has a drink over there. Go get it. Oh, just kidding. Where's your cup? Do you need a cup? Hold on. 4-year-old's gonna freak out if I don't get her a drink. There you go, baby. Okay, so this gives you a place to send your challengers. So when you sign up someone, you can send them there and say, here's what I like to eat. Go through and figure out ways to customize that. So it does that. Plus it gets people interested because they see, oh, she really does eat real food. Like, she's not kidding when she says that. She really eats real food, and this stuff looks really good. And then they see you saying all these colors, and I promise they will message you. Yep, you can put it in the sink. Thank you. Yep. Yep. Yep, you can put it in that one. Thank you. They'll message you and say, what the heck are these colors? Okay, so make an album of food. And then what I've started doing is I'm going to go in on Sundays and update it. So as I'm taking pictures of my food throughout the week, I'm going to save them in my camera roll. And on Sundays, I'll go upload anything new. So any new recipes I tried that week, any new stuff I created, whatever, I'll go upload them on Sundays. So every Sunday, it's going to get bumped in my news feed so that people see it, so that I'm continually adding ideas for my challengers. So make a food album. Number 2, run a free group. Do one for November and December, okay? If you're not already doing one this week, that's when I'm doing mine with my team. We're doing one this week so that they can try a little bit Obsessed. But if you aren't already running one, do not freak out. Run one next week. Advertise it that they have time to try out what you're doing and it won't interfere with Thanksgiving. And then if you do it, if you have them start next week, run it through next week, and then the following week, start a prep week. And then that's the week of Thanksgiving. So it's not like they're going to have to work out on Thanksgiving. And then the following Monday, have them start a round, and they'll finish that round before Christmas. So you can advertise, I'll get you in a group for free. You don't have to pay anything. Then if they love it, hey, let me get you in prep week the week of Thanksgiving. You can still enjoy Thanksgiving. I'm not going to make you starve yourself on Thanksgiving. Then they start the following Monday. Hey, I'm going to help you lose 10 to 15 pounds before Christmas Day. Okay. That's how you market it. So start a free group. If you're not doing it this week, start one next week. For your November group. For your December group, lots of coaches do, they call it 12 Fitness. There's a couple different ways to do it. A lot of coaches do it with Beachbody On Demand and have everybody try a different workout in there. Ashley Smith does hers where she posts a different move every day and does it like the 12 days of Christmas. So on day 1, you do a 1-minute plank. And on day 2, you do 20 seconds of bear crawls and a 1-minute plank. And they tack on each other, and she films all the videos. So you can do, okay, come here, just in that. You can do whatever you want for your 12 Days of Fitness group. All of this stuff, there are tons of free group guides in the Inspiration Google Drive. So if you do not use that Google Drive, oh my gosh, it will take all the work out of all of these groups. You just go in and schedule everything and you're done. You don't have to think of all the content and create all the pictures and all this stuff. You just focus on advertising and being active in the group because everything is done for you in the Google Drive, okay? Post that you're giving something away. These are so helpful. You can do things, okay, You can do that. You're giving away Shakeology samples. That costs you money, but that gives you an idea of who's watching you. So that is a good idea. But you can do, I've posted before, hey, I just put together a PDF of all of my favorite meals that my family eats that are healthy and for my challengers. And I thought I'd post and see if anybody else wanted it. Would you be interested in a list of my family's favorite recipes? I had like 300 comments on it, y'all. And every single one of those people went in my interest list unless it was a coach. So it does not have to be, this does not have to cost you any money. You can make a PDF about your favorite meals. You can make one, I've made one before about 5 desserts that I love that don't have any sugar, that are totally on plan and healthy. And a couple of them have Shakeology in them. So it was a real easy way for me to, I didn't even have to say anything to them. They just pulled them up and saw that, oh, she uses Shakeology when she makes these no-bake cookies. Or she put Shakeology in her ice cream. That's cool. But then there was other ones that didn't include Shakeology. And I say in the PDF, use Shakeology or your favorite sugar-free, soy-free protein powder or whatever. So, and you don't have to do what I do. These are and did a plug for the book that I was reading, and then posted that I was going to give away the book. It says my internet connection is unstable. Can you guys still hear me?
You were glitchy for a minute, but you're back.
Okay, awesome. So I did a post the other day that I was giving away a book. Or that I would, about my PD book. And if you want, I'll send you a copy. And if you don't know this, in Audible, once you've purchased a book, there's an option to send the book. And as long as they've never received a free book from somebody before, they can listen to the book for free. So this is not, and I had like 40 comments on that one, 45, something like that. This is not that I bought 45 copies of 5 Second Rule to send to people. I just sent them the free book. I've done this before with the Dave Ramsey book that I plugged I had over 100 people comment on that one. This helps, and it's not costing me anything to send people my Audible book. So that's a really, really good way to help people, to show because the more you give away for free, the more people will think, wow, if she does this for free, what would she do if I got in her groups? And so give away like an Audible book. And then the last thing, as you're posting throughout the month, it's super, super common. Like we talked about, Case, baby, I need you to shh, baby. November and December are hard. So you want to make sure you're inspiring the crap out of people. You want to be real, and especially want to be real. So make sure you're providing value and that you're inspiring people with what you post. Do not post that you did a workout and I feel awesome. Okay, post, I just worked out and my kid was up all night long throwing up and I feel like crap and it's rainy outside and I really just want to sit here and sleep with a blanket and put some socks on, and I just don't want to do it today. And I did it anyway. That is motivating. That is inspiring. That shows people you are a real person with real struggles and you still fit this in your everyday life. So when you're posting, make sure that you are, and they talked about this in the National Wake Up Call, I think it was 2 weeks ago that she talked about this. People are not expecting perfection out of you. And the more that you post, didn't want to, did it anyway, people don't relate to that. You need to talk about why you didn't want to, because people relate to the why you didn't want to, and you want them to relate to the did it anyway, but you need them to relate to the why you didn't want to. So you need to talk about that. And that the more you show up, like Suze was saying, the more you show up, the more you keep doing the things that show you're showing up in November and December, even if they're not ready to buy yet, then the better things will be for your business come the end of December, beginning of January. So this month, you really want to hit Success Club, because next month, between December 26th and December 31st, things blow up. And if you hit Success Club this month and you're Emerald, you'll get the free leads next month. So you want to hit Success Club this month because you want those free leads for that last week of December. And then you want to make sure you nail down Success Club next month because January is going to freaking explode and you want all the free leads in January. And so you need to make sure you hit Success Club in December. And plus, the more you show up in your journey and the more that you are working on you, the more people who are going to come to you. So not only will you get the free leads, but your business will explode. So, and then I was going to do one quick little plug. Sorry, I got something in my eye. If you have coaches or people who are on the fence about being a coach, now is the time to get them off the fence and to start coaching because people will come to them in January. If same thing as what we're doing. If they're showing up now, if they're being consistent now, if they're posting now, people will come to them come January. Where if they wait till January, they've missed the bus and people are going to pick somebody else. And they may be frustrated that I'm starting in January. This is supposed to be the easiest month because people have New Year's resolutions and people have they want to be healthy. Why is nobody coming to me? It's because they weren't who those people were watching through November and December. They just randomly showed up in January. So if you have people who are on the fence, talk to them now and get them in trainings now. Tell them that you're starting a new coach university or new coach boot camp or whatever you call your new coach training and help them get plugged in, help them get going and doing the same things we're talking about and duplicate that process so that they can start next year strong and they can crush January. So I think that was everything I wanted to say. And we're like right at a half hour. So, that means I went way longer than I was supposed to. Sorry. Anybody want to add anything? Sharon?
Can I add one plug super fast before Sharon adds lots of fabulous value? I just wanted to tag on to what Ash was just barely saying. Not just that you want to hit Success Club this month and next month. And honestly, I don't know if you guys, if it messes with your brain, change the freaking words. Stop hitting Success Club. Help people. That's it. Help 3 people. And if there's 30 days in a freaking month and you can't help 3 people, then what the shiz are you doing with your 30 days? That's what I tell myself at least, right? So help people. And if you are not helping people this month and next month, your mojo is going to be off and your momentum is going to slow down and it's going to be hard. And then come January, when people are finally ready to crush their freaking goals, they're not going to come to you because you're not on fire. And they can see that and they can sense that. And so hitting Success Club or helping people this month and next is about so much more than just helping people this month and next. It's about continuing to gain that momentum. So come January, you are the coach that people want when they're ready. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. The only thing I really wanted to talk about was, so you're showing up, you're posting every day, but how do you, like, I had a couple people on our team who wanted to know how we connect with people who maybe comment, or how do you, like, I think a lot of times as new coaches, you post and like, you're sharing your journey and you're waiting for people to come to you. You're waiting for people to say, okay, I'm ready. So how do you get to the point where you're connecting with people so that you're creating those conversations, so you're not waiting for them to come to you without being salesy or weird or icky or any of that. So I just kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit. That's honestly what your connections in your Power Hour are for. That is why you comment and like and, message people that have nothing to do with Beachbody. If you see a couple of your friends and they post really cute pictures of their kids and you really like what they're wearing, message them and say, hey, where did you get your kids' clothes? That starts a conversation. Almost always, if they're watching you and you've built a relationship and they know you, this takes time. It takes time to build up to that. But if they know you, more than likely, they're going to say something about your journey. And that's your plug right there to be like, you should do it with me, without being weird, without feeling like you're having to go to them and be salesy about it. I would say 90% of my clients are people who have come to me first in some way as far as the journey goes. Like, I don't cold message anybody about a challenge group. They've either said something on my post, they've mentioned that I look good, or that they're like inspired by me, or they've mentioned my journey in some way. So me bringing up my journey to them is not weird, and asking them to join me is not weird. If it feels weird, it's probably because you are doubting yourself and you need more PD, in my opinion. So it honestly, just keep it really natural. Keep it like, when someone loses weight, what is the first thing people say? What are you doing? I want to hear what you're doing. So if you're showing up, you're getting results. If you're, even if you're not getting killer results and you're kind of plateauing, if you're still showing up and you're trying new things, that's inspiring to people because it's relatable. So make sure that you're connecting with people and building relationships every single day. Because the more connected you are with someone as a person, building those relationships, when the time comes, they will come to you. Or it won't be as weird to say, hey, I think you would love this. You should join me this month, or whatever. Have you ever thought about it? Does that make sense? Does anyone have anything else to add to that?
Amen.
I think we just overcomplicate that part. We get in our heads. We feel like we're trying to be, you just get in your head about it. But really, it should be a natural, very natural conversation. It doesn't feel weird if you built the relationship enough to be able to talk about personal things. Your families, your kids, your hobbies, whatever you have in common of why you added them as a friend in the first place. For me, I add a lot of moms that have kids with Down syndrome. That alone is a huge connection for us. But that doesn't necessarily always mean that they're a good fit for me either. So the longer you do this and the more you get to know people, your target market kind of just comes out of the woodworks almost. And you just connect because you relate to each other. Insta stories is a huge one. I have people that I've never talked to ever, but they watch my Insta stories and they'll comment. Or if I ask for something like advice or something, people love to give their opinions. They love to give advice. And so those are great ways of finding who is following you, who's relating to you, people who share your opinions or your likes or dislikes, that kind of thing. So just be engaging, like Ashley said, share value with people. Give people a reason to follow you. It's not just about your journey. What are you giving other people? So,
I was going to plug something really fast, and along those lines, I forgot. If you haven't read the book, the PD book, Go Giver, read it. And just like Sharon was saying, Insta Stories is massive. Ashley Smith did a training at Leadership that Micah streamed live. It is in Inspiration. Hey, go find it. If you have not watched it, go find it. And Melissa Brewer live streamed Micah's video. So both of Ashley and Micah's topics that they were asked to speak on, to the cream of the crop of the company, we have access to those. So go find them in Inspiration. And then for real, I'm redoing the training modules. They are gold. If you are a new coach and you have never done them, go do them. If you are an existing coach and you haven't done them in the last couple months, go do them again, because they're helpful. I've been a coach for 2.5 years and they're helping me so much. Yes, baby. Okay, you ate your lunch, so you can have some. Let me get it for you. Anyway, there's my plug. If you're not doing trainings, add those into your power hour. And there's a lot of stuff in there that helps you make your power hour more efficient. Okay, and as I'm talking about, she's begging for candy. That's real life at my house. So anyway, that's my plug for if you're not doing the trainings. They are so helpful.
And
okay,
if
anybody else
writing down your power hour, in my opinion, are not really doing it. And that's coming from somebody who has who didn't write my power hour for a really long time. You've got to track it. That gives you record to go back and follow up with people that you forget about, that you talked to months ago. So make sure that you're tracking that. Find a system that works for you, that you're writing it down on paper, writing down or keeping it on a PDF, whatever works for you, but write down your power hour every single day. Because I flip through my power hour sheets and I'm like, I totally forgot I talked to that person. And then I can go and connect with them again. And then it's a constant, eventually those people come out of the woodworks. I sold a challenge pack to a girl last week that I honestly haven't talked to in a year and a half. And sometimes it takes that long. And so that's why showing up every day, doing your crap helps. And I'm preaching to the choir because I haven't been doing my crap. Pregnancy is kicking my butt. So, but I tell you right now, it makes a huge difference because it makes everything so much easier. So.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys.
Okay, I'm stopping recording. We good?
Yeah, I think so. Anybody have anything they want to add?
That was awesome.
Thank
I'm fired up.
Right? Let's kill this.
Oh, Laurel, that's a good baby.
Go for it. Amber, you're unmuted.
Okay, so this is actually a question. It's not really related too much to what you did, but I've seen a lot of you guys do Insta stories, and I can't figure it out. I can't figure out how to do it.
You just click on there's a little camera at the top of your Instagram.
Okay.
So when you're on Instagram, can you see my phone?
Yeah.
Right here. There's a
Okay.
camera up in that top left-hand corner.
Okay.
You click on that, and then it brings up the camera. See, there's you guys.
Okay. So it's like a video.
Yes. So
Yeah, okay.
there's when you're in there, it's not going to show it. So there's lots of different settings. So there's normal where you can either take a picture or you can do a video. There's boomerang. It's all in there.
Okay.
I like to use the one that you can push and it will record the full 15 seconds. You don't have to hold it. I don't know what they call it. I can't remember.
Hands free.
Hands free. That's my favorite one. You push it. You guys, I don't know if you all know this, but nothing drives me more crazy than when people are recording themselves, like working out, and they push it and then they run back and start working out, and then they push it again and they run back. And every Insta story, all you see is them running backwards. It sends me bonkers. If you hold hands free down, it will give you 3 seconds that you can get in your place, or record it first and then splice it. But it makes it look way more professional when you're not running back and forth 20 frames. It's kind of annoying. People are just going to be like, skip, 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 until they get something that's worth watching. So just so you know, hold it down and it gives you 3 seconds if you need to like prepare yourself. That's just my tip.
Hey.
Anything else? Anything? All right. Well, I will stop now and we'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks.